as you've seen, I grew up in the travel baseball world. It's kind of the family business a little bit. And I got to say, man, like all the stuff that like when you first kind of hit the waves, when it first started happening, people like me and my dad were just like, finally somebody said it.
I didn't even think it was, I had no idea. Cause I was like, I didn't care about that age. And a lot of people around me did. And and I'm sure they're sitting here listening to this being like, you did too. And I did. But it was such a, oh my God, this should be a reality show. Oh my God, this should be a reality show. Oh my God, we could put this on TikTok. Oh my God, somebody should do it. And it was conversations that people had about me because people were like, you should have been a comedian. You should have been an actor. We could see you being as the next, Family Feud kind of guy, deal. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then COVID happened and everybody's sitting around bored. And my daughter at the time was, I don't know, 14 or 15. And she was like, hey, he was like, you need to do TikToks, Dad. And we were finished with this team. It was our last year on the 9U team, and everybody was going to go. Some of the kids were playing up, and it was just a mutual breakup because we all had to go different places. At least that's what they told us. And my son was, as a kid that he did just fine. Wasn't like we had any issues really ever with anything he's ever done because he didn't care. And it turned into me seeing all these parents who were sick of travel ball and this whole 9U coaching deal, and they were done that year, and they all were at practice, that first practice, and I'll seen them just hanging on every swing, every ball that went over the kids' legs, and it was like, oh, he dropped the ball because he was up all late last night because he had a hangnail, and it was like, oh, well, okay, and it was always just this issues that always came up, and I pulled that phone out and I said, every single one of these ladies right here think their babies are the best player in the world. And I followed the coach around and I was like, why ain't my kid batting third, Jeremy? And then it hit. And I did a few other things before the baseball videos on social media just to try to make, really all I was doing was just trying to make I wanted to have something in common with my daughter because we were spending so much time with my son and she didn't really play a lot of sports and she was into the social media because she was getting older with that stuff. And so that was cool for her. And then it was, man. And then it came to, well, let me just write down a few more topics, like maybe daddy ball or why the guy sits in the outfield or who got kicked out of the game or there's a parent meeting coming up or why is she sitting on the other side of the dugout. And it was like, wow, like every single topic or every single category, anything you say in travel baseball or youth sports in general is dramatic.
Yeah.
And my, oh my, did I hit a niche, they say. So
it's life or death stuff we're talking here.
I was just venting, about different people and my life and, oh my God, like, why did she like everything we put on the message board on our Group Me travel ball page? And like, she likes everything the coach says. It's like all of it is a problem. I mean, belt loops were an issue. Parents complain because they can't get the belt inside of them things. And it's just parking and scoreboards, you name it. And so there was your next, all your videos for the next few years. And that's what I did. And since that happened, I won't talk over you, but that's how it kind of got started right there.
Dude, we're here. They get enough, Nick. They get enough, Nick. So we're here to get to hear you. So I'm kind of torn, Mark, because there's so much gold online. They can literally come see you at shows. So it's I learned a lot before we started about what you were doing before all this, and people. The life change when you're in the transition from, let's just say, normal life, civilian life to kind of where people stop you everywhere, want a picture, I'm sure, airports.
You do. I do. Airports have been a lot more busier now, to the fact to where for the beginning of this, I would wear a lot of my shirts and they were whatever you say, blue, outfield matters, like these little quotes that friends of mine would just say. And oh my God, we can't play in the outfield. And oh, well, outfield does matter. And I stopped kind of wearing them in the airports because you couldn't get to one gate from another, especially because a lot of people are traveling. Well, over the last year, I haven't worn them shirts, and it's people will be like, I heard that voice. I knew that was you. You the travel ball guy. I know you from somewhere. And then next thing you know, when you see somebody take a picture with you, I thought that was you. Now you got 10 people in a line, so you're sitting there waiting to board, and you're like, hi. They're like, you love your stuff, and you feel like death, and you're tired, and you stink, and you're on, how it is on an airport.
Oh,
and I love it. I love talking to people. I know I'm good at this because I've always been this same person. I'm the same person on them videos as I am in real life. I am getting older, and I am slowing more down. but I am only using that hyper kind of, oh my God, when it, you know, on the shows now. And it's actually kind of helped me chill out a little bit, because I was going for a long time. And that's another thing. This whole, when you said the going from what it was like when you worked in a regular office and now you're a superhero influencer like myself. No, you said that. I'm just joking, guys. A joke. And you start working on yourself a little better. Mm-hmm. I care a little more in the gym, eating better, don't drink as much, you know, every now and then, like a little gummy every now and then. But, you know, I try to talk over people as much. Mm-hmm. It's hard because you get going. These tournaments, I appear at tournaments. I'm sure we'll talk about that later. And you're always on, and you got to learn when to not be on. And, you know, it's like me. I'm on, you know, I drink a lot of caffeine. I've recently quit kind of slowing that down. And, you know, you realize, okay, I need to speak clearer now. I need to get my point across better. I need to be, you know, nice. I need to not, you know, I've got children around me now. I want to make this, you're always being looked at, especially at anything baseball related. You can't do anything. There's no more drinking in the outfield with the Miller Lights like we did back in the day at the old baseball games. You know, sometimes some of them I'll sneak view of them, but that's, you know, it's where it's been. It's what it's been like.
Well, it's, again, it's, when you're going through the process from, let's just say, one life to the next, it's you know, the financial part happens last. Yes. So you get recognized.
I love talking about it. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're right.
That whole, first of all, it's, you work 40 hours a week in a regular office. Mm-hmm. You're used to getting that paycheck every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. It's nice. You shut your day off after. Some people don't. They want to complain about their job, which we all did. I did it. But this entrepreneur, business owner, influencer, you know, life where you have to pay for your own, you know, taxes. You got to pay your taxes. You got to pay your medical insurance. You have to have your own stuff now. You know, everything's taxed. Everything's e-commerce. Shopify is an issue. You don't get a lot of cash. You got a lot of people that are taking advantage of you. Yeah. You know, you promote things, you start getting big. You don't know who to tell. Mm-hmm. You just came from an office. You don't know what your rates are for a Gatorade video or a Hilton video. What do you tell them? Mm-hmm. And then you find out what you did tell them, that you got screwed. You could have got a heck of a lot more. You find out what some of the tournament directors make, what you get. You know, you only get so many bats and gloves sent to you from companies. Say, we do video. Finally, my wife got to a point. She was like, I know you're flying all these places and you get to stay in the hotels and you get to go shake hands and sell a couple t-shirts. We're in debt now, you know, more so than we were. So you have to learn to be meaner and have to put you know exactly what I'm talking about, because you're in this business life. And I'm 6 years into it. And people will tell me all the time, it takes 5 years to grow a business. Yeah, maybe 6 or 7, 8 years, maybe. I mean, it really is, but you can see it.
Oh yeah,
you can see like this is working. You got CPAs now. You've got, you know, we this has got to a level where we've hooked up 401k. Yeah. I've got my kids involved. You know, my wife, and it's like you're playing with bigger numbers. Yeah, but you're still playing with that credit card, pay it off, credit card again, and I don't know what I mean. I don't even know. I don't know what I make. I don't know. All I know is that I use a credit card a whole lot, and I got to go fly places, and it's working, but I still ain't got my stuff paid off yet. But I do feel like you can feel this is a lot different. I'm in radio shows now, podcasts. Like, this is for all you out there, I've been on a lot of podcasts. This is one of the top ones right here. Very organized, dude. My man's got a big following on there. Look at that, baby. There's the hit that again one time. Hit that out of the park, baby. You're welcome, Nick. Shout out to you for the Hitstreak, guys. Follow us, guys, on Instagram and Facebook. All right.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, hey, you can do that the whole time we're in here, baby.
Dude, they're so white, man. I love it.
Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe for more, and visit nickhyder.com.